I was asked if I could show more of our Tiestall barn. I'm going to do that before I turn all the fans on blast because you won't be able to hear me. Our cows graze at night, and then during the day they stay in with the fans and they get fed that way. We do not have the pasture to support them grazing both day and night, plus they don't want to be out in the heat. Okay, so in our barn, the cows are butt to butt. So let me show you. So this is the length of our barn. This barn can house 50 cows to milk, and the stalls about halfway down, they get a little bit smaller. So we actually have some bigger stalls up here. I'm not sure why my grandfather did it that way. This barn was built in the early 60s, but that's the way it is. So one thing that I've really noticed about our barn versus a lot of other Tiestalls in our area, because I've been in a ton of them, is that our ceilings are just so much higher feeling, and there's so much more light in our barn. So we do have it so that there's a walkway, and then there's a walkway with a door. This is the milk room. And then in the front, one thing that everybody comments on is our walls. Now, in the majority of states, your wall has to be whitewashed when the inspector comes. They have to be white walls, and they have to be whitewashed or painted white. We are allowed to have this. We do have to keep it polyed, but this really interests people when they come in because most of the barns around here do not have this type of walls on their barns. So that's very cool. So a barn cleaner runs the length of the barn, and it loops back out to out here, and then this is the other side of the barn. So we actually just silage up with a feed cart, and you can see we have high powered fans in multiple locations down through to help with ventilation. The other thing to take note about is our stalls. We do not have the neck rail stalls that so many farms have. Now keep in mind these stanchions are old, so we have had to repair them. I do see so many people saying that this style of stalls destroys cows' shoulders, and I'm going to tell you that that is 100% not true here. We do have a old structure barn originally from 1865, and it's just been renovated several times, but they actually put in a dozen stalls that you can milk in up there, and it has a neck rail. I have so many more cows get stuck under that neck rail than I have ever had cows have their shoulders destroyed with these type of stanchions. Now, one advantage that we might have is that our calves from about 3 months old to about 5 months old, they are in little mini stanchions. They are tied up. Do I like it? No, but it's what I have. However, there is advantage to that. Those calves get used to standing in a stall. So when they go out to our outbuildings and they pasture, when they calve back in, they've been tied up before. They've been in a stall before. It is familiar to them. I have no issues with cows having lunge space to get up with these stalls. So, I mean, you're going to believe someone that doesn't have it or someone that does. Well, as I said, these stanchions have been in here since the early 60s. So they are getting pretty beat up. We've had to repair them as needed. But other than that, yeah, that's our barn. So if you want to see anything else, just let me know.